in our chef slot, we have the esteemed Chef Victor, who dives into the world of quick and delicious meals, specifically created for those challenging load-shedding times. Chef Victor showcases his creative, innovative dishes that are not only mouth-watering, but also manageable within limited electricity supply. Well, he is in studio with us this morning to give us, new insights into how to make your load-shedding days a little brighter and tastier with cooking ideas. Chef, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning.
I'm sure like other mothers, you look at that time and it's 55 minutes to load shedding, and you're trying to make the quickest thing for your kids, just so they can have a warm meal and a wholesome one. How did you come up with this concept of making quick meals but that are also delicious?
I think it's maybe I've got the creativity in the kitchen as a chef, but always trying to relate to a home cook. I'm a father of three. Yeah. We also got a young family. I've faced the same challenges even, and I think it is maybe looking at preparation, maybe at the start of the week, right. Trying to plan your meals, kind of know what you need, also maybe look at the schedule. So you are a little bit more prepared, because there's nothing worse walking into the kitchen and all of a sudden it's a fridge full of food. I'm not sure what to do, and then 5 minutes to load shedding. So it is all about a bit of preparation, because then okay, I might need the oven. Maybe I don't need the oven at all. I can just use the cooking hob. I can fry something off in the pan, and that makes the cooking experience already so much less stressful. Yeah.
Speaking about cooking, where did your love for cooking come from, and at what point did you say, okay, I love it more, I can even be a chef?
I was fortunate enough to travel overseas.
Yeah.
I became a junior cook on super yachts. So I traveled with clients around the world on their super yachts, and kind of learned my skill on the fly. So I'm not a classically trained chef.
Yeah.
Self-trained and just learned with books.
And what did that experience do for you finding your signature taste, those signature dishes, all those travels?
Traveling.
Yeah.
Traveling, it is literally, if you're fortunate enough to go to a country where you're interested in the cuisine, you get to go and taste it first, and maybe you can't speak the language, but you can actually pick it up from the locals, the way you see food at the markets or in restaurants. So your inspiration on the fly while you are traveling is probably one of the best ways. You go eat where the locals eat, as they usually say. You get to not go just to the restaurant, but kind of see where all the street food, the good hearty spots are, where you can actually see firsthand what the locals eat. Yeah.
And how has issues like load shedding affected meal times, for families, and making sure that we eat a proper supper at the end of the day?
So I mean, if you just look at the general or the widespread of food we got here, so from an Escort point of view, I represent the Escort brand. It is so amazing to see the wide variety of products they already got on the shelf, and you can see from pre-cooked finished products down to raw products that still needs to be turned into, or you as a cook at home can turn into part of your meal. It is phenomenal to have that wide variety of products. Yeah. And
speaking of variety, pork is also one of those versatile ones. Hey, how do we incorporate that into making versatility into your meals?
Yeah. So if you think about obviously we're talking about the load shedding issue that we have in trying to cook, the versatility with pork in general, it is a healthy, versatile product, because it can be either cooked on the braai, in a pan, in the air fryer. Escort has got a wide variety or wide range of beautiful pre-made products, stuff that you don't even have to cook. We even got the fricadella, the sausages, the pulled pork meats, all that hard work, because if you have to look at pulled pork in general, it's quite a lengthy cooking process, and you need a little bit of skill and understanding that you can't just put it in the pan and get it done. Whereas Escort has already gone that extra mile for you by pre-marinating. They've got the barbecue flavor, they've got a beechwood smoked flavor. So it's literally throw in the pan, takes 2 minutes, and you've got soft, fluffy pulled pork ready to go.
Yeah, and you also don't want it to be too dry. Pork is one of those, like, it's almost like a sensitive, you don't
but
want
I think it's generally, and also people's got this notion that pork needs to be cooked all the way through. Yeah. Things have changed so much in the industry over various years, where they've implemented so many great systems to make sure from the animal down to your plate, it is well treated, meaning one does not have to kill it all the way, meaning like you don't have to cook it all the way dry. You can have a slight little pinkish color inside the pork fillet, hence the reason it doesn't have to be dry.
Yeah.
So
it's cold outside. What would you be making? You know, you've got kids, little ones. The weather just allows us for that warm, hearty meal. What would you be making on a Sunday?
I would literally lean towards, as you can see, the little middle tray there.
Yeah.
It's the pulled pork dish, maybe like a little poke bowl kind of concept, some warm grains underneath, some vegetables, some salad, the warm pulled pork. But I mean, some diehard South Africans would be outside braaiing in the snow anyway. So I mean, you got your beautiful marinated ribs. We've got some the steaks as well, the pork rashers. I mean, the range goes as far as wide. The pork over there, on the roaster cook, they've already taken out the bone out of the rib. So all you need to do is just fry it like a normal patty and then eat it with a burger roll.
And even that salad, you know, I'm looking at chickpeas. I'm seeing, is that quinoa that I'm looking at?
It's a couscous and quinoa,
it's a couscous and quinoa. You know, it's one of those fresh, you know, salads. Would we be eating that, though, in this cold weather?
It's weather dependent, but I mean, if you the wide variety of pork, whether it is a slow cooked meat, a brined meat, a lovely stew. Right now, you can just think cuts that takes a little bit longer time. You get the pressure cooker out, the slow cooker out, and you actually think about maybe in the morning before you head out to work, do all your prep, get all the meat in the slow cooker or the pressure cooker. By the time you get home after work, the meal is done.
It's falling off the bone.
Off the bone.
It's supposed to fall off the bone.
Yeah. Jeez, we've got a whole restaurant here. Are these pork or beef?
Everything here is pork. There is nothing. From the crumb pork bits, the pork sausages, pork pies. I made this with the pulled.
Pork pie?
Yeah, so I made it with the pulled meat already. I mean, it's simple. Just add a bit of vegetables, your pulled meat, some fresh pastry, put in the oven, little pie. Whether you make the small ones or a large pie.
For the benefit of our viewers who don't know what pulled pork is it like the shredded pork?
So you get usually from a shoulder or the pork butt, where you can slow cook it again, as we said. And once the meal, the protein is cooked all the way through, that's when you get that very soft, cooked through piece of meat. And all you need to do is with a fork, just tear it apart, or literally use your hands. So it's usually a larger cut, the pulled meat. And then as it's broken down during the cooking process, usually like 5 or 6 hours, you have this beautiful steaming hot.
As the name denotes, you just pull it.
Literally, use your hands.
Use your hands.
Chef Victor, thank you so much for coming this morning.
And your pleasure.
Thank you for having
us.
coming through for us.